And the way they're treating the post office right now is really troubling. There's a big national day of action on Saturday. I think there will be events happening in the Lexington area, so if people want to get involved, help defend the post office. Because I'll tell you what, it looks a lot like voter suppression. If we got a pandemic and people can't vote safely, and if they want to vote, they want to vote by mail, and you've got somebody monkeying around with the mail, sounds like voter suppression to me. We had some other very big news this week about voting. Samantha Jean, can you clue us in?
So let's talk about voter suppression. What the heck is happening with voting in Kentucky? Luckily, Governor Annabel and Secretary of State Michael Adams have reached a bipartisan agreement regarding the November election in Kentucky. We had a very successful primary turnout with record numbers of voters using mail-in ballots to cast their vote. It was a great system, and it was very successful in getting folks to vote safely. So what exactly are our options for this upcoming election? So we are going to have absentee voting again, very much like what we had with the primaries, and you are able to select COVID-19 as a reason for requesting an absentee ballot. So kind of all you've got to do is just say that that you are afraid of getting the sickness and you can receive that ballot. So an online portal will launch by Friday, August 21st. That's in just a couple of days, to allow Kentuckians to request an absentee ballot by mail. Ballots can be requested through the portal through October 19th. After that date, voters would have to contact their county clerk directly. If you mail back your ballot, it must be postmarked by Election Day, November 3rd. But please do not wait until then, because we're so concerned about our postal services being suppressed. Many people have said that you should actually get your ballots postmarked by October 21st to ensure that it is actually there on time. If you would rather drop off your ballot to be sure that it is received, drop boxes will be available in each county. Fingers crossed. County clerks will determine these locations, and the state is helping to purchase additional drop boxes for counties to use. But there's another option, which a lot of people don't know about yet: early in-person voting. So beginning October 13th and lasting until Election Day, every county clerk will provide a location for safe in-person early voting. The location will be open every weekday during business hours and every Saturday for at least 4 hours. Unlike absentee voting, voters do not have to have a reason to early vote. Anyone can vote early for any reason. And then Election Day in-person voting. County election officials will decide election sites for Election Day voting. And so it's very important for you to stay informed and finding out where your Election Day voting poll station is, because it might have changed from where it has been in the past. Every county will have at least one voting super center where everyone from the county can go and vote regardless of his or her precinct. Now, be sure to have an updated ID so that you can prove your identity at the polls. This is a new provision that has not been used in the past. But if you were unable to get an ID because of COVID-19, there is a provisional document that you can sign explaining your reasoning, and you should still be able to cast your ballot. So basically, it's just really important to know your rights and be prepared for this election. Do everything you can to make sure you can cast your vote. Have a plan, whether it's for absentee voting, early voting, or if you plan to vote in person. Be prepared and make sure that your voice is heard. Personally, I am a little disappointed with this ID requirement. There are, of course, current and upcoming concerns about people being evicted and therefore not having an address or having a temporary address. I personally have moved since the primaries, and now I'm having to re-register to vote in my new county. I do have some fears about how that process is going to go, and I hope that I won't have any problems, but I have a plan. First of all, I am going to call my county clerk and just ask a few questions to clear up any concerns. Early voting begins on October 13th, but voter registration must be completed before October 5th, so don't wait. I do need to register and get my ID before then. So if you have moved recently, make sure that you re-register before October 5th. But I am making my appointment to vote on October 13th. That's the way that I'm going to go this time. I feel like the post office at this point, I'm just unsure about the whole process, unfortunately. And so I am planning to vote early. Whatever you choose, make a plan now. Get informed. Make sure that you are registered. If you have any doubt or any concerns, contact your county clerk. Don't wait. Have a plan. Go with your friends and your family. Ask your loved ones if they have a plan. Make this a group effort. Make your voices heard. Do not wait to clear up any potential problems. Make sure you are prepared for this election. Vote early, vote by mail, or make sure that you have everything you need, including an updated ID, in order to vote in person without problems. Good luck.